That. Good evening, everyone. My name is Tasha Smutney. I am a three-time IATAN card holder as well as a double gold consultant, and I absolutely love everything Disney. I'm even wearing a Disney sweatshirt right now. I have been to Disney twice in the last year, and I'm going back in April. All right. I love, 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 love Disney. All right. So let's take a look. When we book Disney World, one of the things that's going to set you apart from others is going beyond just booking. You can absolutely just book for them, meaning, let me get you your hotel, let me get you your tickets. Here you go. Most people who come to an agent for Disney is because Disney can feel very overwhelming and there's a lot of planning that goes into it. I personally provide a full service to my clients, down to needing to log into their Disney account to make sure things get booked for them, all the extras. Okay. So let's get started because there's a lot. We want to prepare our clients. And this is where, if you don't know much about it, you're going to have to do some learning as well. I absolutely recommend, if you've never done Disney, you want to do the Disney College of Knowledge, and I'll show you where that is. We want a planning guide, information to send. I send them suggested YouTube videos to help them plan. You know, all the people who want to surprise their kids with Disney, and then those kids have complete meltdowns because it's sensory overload and they're freaking out? Talk to your clients about their kids' personalities before they surprise them with Disney. Most children, and those who don't know, I'm also an educator. So most kids, whether they have, whether they're neurotypical or neurodivergent, meaning ADHD, autism or not, it can be too much for them, even if they don't have anything that you would think causes them to process things more difficult. I Latrice said neurospicy. I love it. Here's what I'm going to tell you. A lot of kids need to see what they're going to expect. A lot of kids want to look at point of view videos of rides to know if they're going to be able to handle it. So I look for suggested YouTubes to share with clients, or channels that are great with that stuff. Because when you walk into Disney, first of all, they're piping in smells, they're piping in sounds. There's a ton of people, and it's a brand new experience. Little kids don't do big emotions well and big reactions well. Most kids need to be prepared in some way. Most kids. There's very few who don't. I also have strategy phone calls and Zooms or meetings with my clients so they can make the most of their trip. So let's take a look, because we do have so many people who are not familiar with Disney at all. Let's take a look quick at the Disney travel agent site so I can show you where you can get your training, where you can get info. All right. Yeah. Even with kids who don't have ADHD or things like that, when you include them in part of the planning, it makes your trip go so much smoother, right? Great. If you want to give the gift of Disney World for Christmas, but your trip's going to be spring break, fine. Now they have a few months to help you be part of that planning. I'm turning my camera off because I'm already lagging. My video is. All right. So on the Disney travel agent site, we basically have everything we need for booking at the top. But when we go to training and benefits, College of Disney Knowledge. Now, You also have to do this to access your benefits. Okay. And those who are here next week, we're doing everything about deals. I'm going to come on this site and show you how you can find promotions and how to market them next week. That's our theme next week is finding the deals. And I'm doing Disney next week. So we're not going to really talk about the marketing and all that. But when we come in, they have all of their different products. Aulani in Hawaii, Adventures by Disney, Cruise Line, Disneyland, Disney World. If you've got somebody wanting to book Disney World, don't worry about the whole certificate. Start with Disney World. Because when you come in here, it's going to give you a course about each park. It's going to give you a course about the different types of rooms, tickets, packages, and add-ons. It's going to give you a course about all the extra stuff. Dining, shopping, entertainment, other attractions, special events, special experiences that you can book for your clients. There's also a course on the dining plans. I will tell you, I used the dining plan for the very first time, Christmas to New Year's week. I absolutely think it's worth it if you know how to use it and make the most of it. We paid for, it was 2 adults. I don't go to Disney with kids. Let's be real. I don't have children. I go alone. I love Disney. Right? I can't imagine the stress going with kids. I can't. I also have 650 students. I don't have children at home. I have enough at work. Right? Is what it is. We got the full dining plan, which is the one with that includes sit-down table service. That would give me 1 table service that you can reserve a day, 1 quick service meal a day, 1 snack or non-alcoholic drink a day. It was $100 per person per day, a little under $100 per person per day, including the taxes. Some of our sit-down meals were $70 per person. Character dining that gives you reserved seating at things like fireworks shows. We did the special holiday concert. We got reserved seating. Character dining for sure. We also did a really upscale steakhouse. And we left with extra meal credits for the quick service. We didn't use it all. And I got snacks for the road because we did not use it all in the week. It was tons and tons of food availability. You got to know which, and if you go to a place and say, hey, which things count as a snack credit? You can get like whole, I got one of them. It was at Animal Kingdom. It was a snack credit. It was like a loaded baked potato, but it was French fries with pulled pork and cheese and all these things. Like it was like a meal, but it was a snack credit. But you have to understand how the dining plan works to help your clients maximize it. Adults can get an alcoholic beverage with their quick service, which means they can get a cheeseburger and fries and they don't have to get soda. They could get, if that place has alcohol, their alcoholic beverage. As well as at dinner, they get a main course, a dessert, and they can get 1 drink, including an alcoholic drink. Now, if they want the appetizer, that's an upcharge because that's not included, but it's plenty of food. You can maximize it. Learn about these things. Seasonally ticketed events, the Halloween parties, the Christmas parties that they do. There's a section on each of these. So when we talk Disney World, which is what we're specifically talking here, if you're booking it, I encourage you to do this. If you watch all the videos, it says it takes about 75 minutes. So even if you break it up and say it takes 2 hours over a few days, you're going to feel much more confident. Yep, this is under, when I come in, training and benefits, College of Knowledge. When I go to the main College of Knowledge, look for specifically Disney World. or whatever you're wanting to book Disney. As I said, we're specifically talking Disney World today because it is the more complicated location. Full transparency. Okay. And Hannah, you know that Cinderella's Castle is 2 dining credits, right? Some are 2 dining credits for those sit downs, right? You do have to do this to get access to the benefits and the perks and discounts for yourself. And every year there will be any updates. And then like I had to do the 2026. No, Dalton, hold on one sec. I had to do the 2026 like test. I had to do the test, like the assessment for this year. So Disneyland is in California. Disney World is in Florida. There are 4, and we're going to talk about the 4 parks in a moment. Many people call Magic Kingdom Disneyland, but it is not. Okay? And we'll talk about those parks because Magic Kingdom was designed after Disneyland to be it's very similar, but not the same. You do have to have either a CLIA card or have earned your IATAN card to access your perks and discounts. Now, for reference, CLIA costs you $90 a year. I use my Disney benefit every year. You can get a Walt Disney World Resort hotel up to 7 nights every year at 50% off whatever the rate is, whatever that non-discounted rate is. Our hotel for 7 nights over Christmas to New Year's, we paid $1,300. That means I saved $1,300. Even if I had paid $90, I more than made up for that. Now I am an IATAN card holder, but for me, sometimes what happens, I want to book past when my IATAN expires that year, so I also get the CLIA. Like my IATAN renews in May. So if I want to book past May for 2026, I need my CLIA. So I get them both anyway because I use it. CLIA has some other benefits as well. All right. So when we're in here, though, we're on my main page. We're looking at Disney World. There's a couple of places we can book Disney World. Walt Disney World Resort is going to give me all of the on-property hotels. I can do the check-in dates, and whoever I need, you do have to put the ages of children. For reference, anyone 10 or above is going to be charged adult rate. It's not a huge difference when we talk about tickets. It is a bigger difference when we talk about dining plan. Now, WDW More Great Accommodations. That's going to give you packages at what they call Good Neighbor Resorts. Vetted by Disney, off-property hotels. Off-property hotels. Please do your research when you're looking at what is provided for shuttles. Some of them are fabulous, some of them are not. But these are typically going to be ticket and hotel packages. The only way you can get dining plan is if you're staying on property. You cannot get it off property. You cannot use the Magic Band to charge to your room off property. Like there's no hotel charge, okay? The other thing for Walt Disney World is you can go down to Walt Disney World Resort tickets only. Tickets only. So if somebody has family in the area and they're staying with them and they just need tickets, right? They chose to rent an Airbnb on their own. They just need tickets. We can do that. Or if we already have a package and we want to add on, oops, I didn't click search. That's why. Find prices. If we want to add on special events, they already have a package. This is where we go. Okay. So we have theme park tickets. We also have special events, or if they wanted just water park. So we can add those under there, or we could do tickets only. There's lots of ticket options we're going to talk about. So let's dive in a little bit more into the actual like what do we do to plan? And I'll go through like showing some stuff as we go. I also happen to be going in April, so I can show you from the client perspective the advanced booking options because oh, I'm not in my window, but I can pull up a client's. I can pull up a client's. I'm in my window in 2 weeks, but I can pull things up. All right. So 6 to 12 months before planning. Now, obviously, some people aren't going to plan ahead this much. This is the ideal timeline. It may not be the client's timeline. This is ideal. In 6 to 12 months before, we want the initial consult call. Now, we can't do 12 months from now. We could still have the initial consult, but we can't do it because they're not open for 2027 booking yet. They're open currently through December 31st of this year. Typically, they'll open the first half of the year around April, and then in the summer, they'll open the full year. That's been their history. But we want that initial consult. Discuss their goals of the trip. Everyone's Disney trip is different. Travel dates, party side, budget, any special needs they have, food allergies, disabilities, mobility. Do they need help getting a mobility scooter? Because I would absolutely recommend an off-site option. Interests like characters, rides, and food. We can explain the different resort types, the ticket options, the perks of on-site versus off-site stays. And feel free to take screenshots of this. Okay? Quote and booking. If it's available for booking, we want to be quoting and booking as soon as possible. Prices go up, availability goes down. Okay? As the availability goes down, the prices go up. What's really good about Disney is you can reprice their trips when new promotions come out, especially for on-property things. We want to provide a personalized trip proposal. We're not cookie cutter here. This is what I gave to someone else. This is what I recommend for you. Personalize it. Secure the resort reservations and tickets. When it's a package that we have the resort reservation and the tickets, it's a $200 deposit. Doesn't matter what resort on site, nothing. $200 deposit. It's due in full 30 days before travel. We want to have the client set up their My Disney Experience account if they haven't done it yet. $200 per reservation number. So like if they're booking 2 rooms, that's 2 reservations. Okay. But typically for a family, if they're booking 1 hotel room with their tickets and everything, and even dining plan, it's $200 total. And that $200 is refundable up until the 30-day mark. Laura, my guess is you added the travel protection that Disney provides, and that's why it was $398. Full transparency, I don't use Disney's travel protection. Because up until 30 days, I can get a refund. I can adjust the days of my trip. I can apply any new promotions. It's very flexible. Now, if they want it, sometimes we'll add it at right at that 30-day mark. The My Disney Experience is both a website and an app. Honestly, I just Google it every time, even though I'm on there all the time. It's really disneyworld.disney.go.com, but I don't remember that. Right? So, I'm in, I'm probably logged in. Oh, it'll say My Disney Experience. It's easiest to set it up on the website, and then they can log into their profile on the app. Significantly easier to set it up on this. Okay? It'll have all their info. Their friends and family, their hotel reservations, their theme parks, right? Notice mine says I can make my Disney dining reservations on the 16th. I can't do mine yet because I'm not quite there. So So with new promotions, if they paid in full, did they get a refund of the difference? And with payments, they just automatically recalculate. So Disney does not set up monthly payments. If our clients want to make monthly payments, we just arrange that with them. They have a deposit and then a pay in full at 30 days. If they don't book a package with tickets and hotel, one night of the hotel is due at the time of booking, and then the hotel is due at check-in, the remainder. No, not $200 for offsite. This is specifically on-site. Um, my clients don't typically pay in full that far in advance, but I'm pretty sure if it was less money and they'd paid in full, they would refund to the original because it's refundable up until 30 days before anyway. They would refund it. All right. When we talk client consult, what is important to them? Are we talking on-site or off-site? I'm going to tell you I'm a big, 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 big proponent for on-site only. And we'll talk about those perks in a minute. How many numbers of days do they want to go? What type of park tickets and how many number of days do they want in the park? Those are two different things. Total days for the trip and days in the park are two different things. What is their budget and what extras do they want added on? And we're going to talk about all those elements, what they actually are. Let's talk about the benefits of staying on property. Your clients, number one, are fully immersed in the Disney experience. The Disney bubble is what people call it. Okay? 60 days ahead of their check-in day, they can book their advanced dining reservations and any extras for the length of their stay up to 14 days. People who stay off-site can book one day at a time, 60 days in advance. This gives them an advantage for getting those hard to get and must-haves for dining. We're going to talk what Lightning Lane is, but essentially that's the shorter line option. They can book, and for those who haven't done Disney in a while, this changed this summer. 7 days ahead of their check-in day, they can book pre-select 3 rides for multi-pass and any of the individual ones they pay to get those shorter wait times for the length of their stay. So if they're checking in on a Sunday and they're not going to the parks until Tuesday, they can still do it. That really gives them 9 days ahead. Whereas off property, it's 3. Big advantage. They're closer to all the parks. They get all Disney transportation, always. They can park their car and leave it. They can get transportation from the airport and not worry about a thing. Now, Disney transportation is free to everyone once you're on property. They don't check hotel things. With the exception of during very heavy holiday periods, they will check hotel guest information leaving from Disney Springs. They won't let people just go to the hotels around New Year's Eve if they're not staying at a resort because it's too crowded, unless they have a dining reservation, things like that. Resort charging privileges. You can charge to your resort room. They don't charge it to whatever that is until in the middle of the night before the morning you check out. So if you're like, hey, I'm going to put my cash in the safe, but I want to be able to charge everything, I'm going to pay this off before checkout, you can go give them the cash and put on your account. Or, oh, I'm going to change what card I put on file. I'd like to do this instead. You can add dining plans. I didn't update this one slide. Summer, only 2026. For the entire year of 2025, it was water park free on check-in day. For next year, it's just for the summer, which really is like May through Labor Day. They get free water park access on check-in day. Free parking at their resort if they're driving, and if they want to drive and park at the parks instead of transportation. They also get early theme park admission, which is a half an hour access to whatever is open during early theme park admission every day of their trip. Let's talk about the different levels of resorts. We have value, moderate, deluxe, and then we have DVC properties, Disney Vacation Club. You don't have to be a member of Disney Vacation Club to reserve them. Other resort options. There is a campground, which is there are people who literally go and they stay in a tent. There are people who bring campers. There are people who rent campers and use the space. I went to the campground for the very first time over Christmas while we were resort hopping. It is gorgeous. Yes, there is no cost to parking on property if you're a resort guest. No cost for your personal cars, including at the parks. You can park at your hotel and the parks. You cannot park at a hotel unless you have a Disney reservation or like for the hotel or a dining reservation there. They will not let you drive in. They stop you at security. Okay? But it does cost to park at the parks if you don't stay on property. The campground is beautiful. You can camp in an RV, and they also have Disney Vacation Club cabins that are gorgeous. They are available on our travel agent discount because I checked because we want to go to one at some point and we want to do a resort stay. There are some other deluxe options like the Swan and the Dolphin. Those are not Disney owned. They're actually Marriott owned. Check your Marriott Fantastic rates. They pop up on there sometimes for you, and you get all of the Disney benefits at those two. Some of these have Disney benefits and resort amenities and transportation. Some do not, so we have to be careful. Good Neighbor hotels do not have Disney transportation. Then we also have other area hotels. Okay. And I promise I'll go back through some of the questions after as well. This just has a ton of information. Tickets. In general, children who are under 3 are free. This also means if you are staying in property and you check in on Monday and your child's birthday is Tuesday and they turn 3 on Tuesday, they're 2 the whole trip. Because they were 2 when you checked into the hotel. Third birthday trips are amazing to Disney. That kid costs nothing. Now, you would have to buy them food. That's not free. But if you go to something that is family style sit-down dining or a buffet, you don't have to pay for the under 3-year-old and they can eat off of the adult's plate. 3 to 9 is considered a child ticket for both dining plans and theme park tickets. 10 plus is an adult ticket. They offer 1 to 10-day tickets when we're talking in the US. If anyone here is UK based, this is US information. They have a little bit of a different system up over there, and people can get up to a 14-day ticket. A lot of people from the UK take extended trips, and they combine Universal and Disney. You can get a base ticket. That's going to mean 1 park per day for the length of your tickets. Now, if you get a 2-day ticket, it doesn't mean you have to use it Tuesday, Wednesday. It's usually a range, and it'll tell you on the website what the range is. If it's part of a package, it's typically good for the whole length of the hotel stay. Even if bought separately, it would be less days. A park hopper ticket means they can go from park to park anywhere they want. A water and sports ticket. This is the oddest one of all, and I've never actually booked it. This is a base ticket, 1 park per day, but it gives you the water park or admission to like ESPN Sports Zone, which honestly, there's not much there anymore because it's mostly for events and competitions. Or the Park Hopper Plus, which gives you the Park Hopper and all of the water park and the sports and those extras that get added. And you can read all of those on the site, what's included. Other types of tickets. They do have Florida resident tickets. They also have, and you need to be careful with this, there's a 3-day, 3-park special ticket they offer sometimes. It does not include Magic Kingdom. You can absolutely just buy water park tickets as well. Yes. Right here, look, water park only. 3-day, 3-park means you can go 1 day to Animal Kingdom, 1 day to Epcot, 1 day to Hollywood Studios. My tongue just got super twisted. That was weird. You cannot go to Magic Kingdom, and that's like the castle. And a lot of people, they don't want to leave that out, especially if they have little ones. The current Disney Plus special does not include, for Disney Plus subscribers, does not include Magic Kingdom. You have to read these special tickets to make sure you know what it includes. Because sometimes when you think you're saving your client money, they're missing out on something they really wanted. Our special events could be those parties. Sometimes they have after hours events that are ticketed. You can always look, and water park only. When we talk dining plans, there's two. We have the Disney quick service dining plan. This will give them 2 quick service meals a day. No sit down reservable places, which also means no character dining. Some people, that doesn't matter to them. They don't want it. 1 snack or non-alcoholic drink per day. And both of them give 1 resort refillable drink mug. This is, the mug that they can go to the machines at the hotels only, not in the parks. But it doesn't have to be just their hotel. And they can get soda, lemonade, all those things, and they get it. So, like, we had days that we went resort hopping to go check out the Christmas decorations at different resorts. We brought that with us so that we didn't have to, I'm not using a snack credit on a Diet Coke. That's not a good use of my snack credit, right? But I can bring that to the resorts and fill it wherever I went. It does not work in the parks, so be aware of that. We would often fill ours up in the morning, so we had it. I know, I drink soda in the morning. It's fine. I'm not always a huge coffee in the morning person, and sometimes I need my caffeine. Disney dining plan. Now, this is per night. And the way it works, and I'm going to do maybe a fuller training on this. I took screenshots while I did my dining plan and showed how it went down. So if 2 of us are here and we're for 7 nights for the quick service, we would get 28 quick service meals. I don't have to use 2 per day. I can use them anywhere I want over the course of it. It's like a declining balance. We would get 14 snack credits it's shared between the party. So when we talk the Disney dining plan, this does give them the table service, meaning they can use it for character dining, family style dining, any of the restaurants that require reservations. You do want to check. There are some non-Disney owned restaurants, both in Epcot especially, and Disney Springs. Some of those do not accept dining plans. So you want to always check, and I'll show you on there how we check. 1 quick service meal per day, 1 snack, and they get the mug. Some of the table service, there's a few. There's actually only 2, I believe, that are 2 dining. There's actually more. There's 2 that people know about, and then there's some other that are not character dining that are 2 credits. So you want to check that. This doesn't sound like enough food in one day because you're like, that's only 2 meals. We still need more meals. Some of the quick service meals are big enough to split between 2 people, right? Sometimes adults will be like, oh, we have 2 kids and 2 adults. We're going to get an adult meal and give it to the kids to split. There's lots of ways to work it. And honestly, sometimes it's a lot of food. This is kind of what the My Disney experience looks like. I took some screenshots, put it in. Let me zoom in a little bit. You can look on your day and see like future plans. Here's that resort reservation. Here's the dining reservation. What time, what guests, and you can scroll your different days. You can do passes on there if they're a pass holder, right? I don't book a lot for pass holders because we're not booking their tickets, right? Your charges at the hotel, your current charges, your current balance, right? At this point, it was $1,000, but somebody had paid towards it, right? That sometimes happens when you have different amounts of money. It'll also show you everything you've charged to the room. You can see your charges, okay? When we look at dining, see it shows my dining plan. We have 3 quick service available. We had 5 issued and 2 redeemed. Now, if it's a mixture of adults and children, it will tell you how many adult and how many children. Oh, we use the refillable mug, right? We have 1 available, 0 redeemed. 3 snack credits, 5 issued, 2 redeemed. So it shows you what you've used. Table service adult, table service kids. It also has a tip board. You can go in there and kind of be like, this is important to me. Show me these things to plan my day. It's also where we do those lightning lanes if we have purchased that. And we're going to talk about that, I think, next. Oh, nope. That's all stuff that we're going to talk about in the initial consult. All that info are these things we want. Now we're at 4 to 5 months before travel. They've already booked. Hypothetically, they've already booked. Some people will contact you during this time. We still do the whole consult steps. Strategy session number 1. Why is that down there? Go away. Trip flow and park days. We're going to review crowd calendars, events that are there to determine which day is going to be the best for which park. Monday is typically going to be the busiest at Magic Kingdom because people check in on Sunday and they want Magic Kingdom to be their first park day. If your clients are going to Epcot during a festival, and there's multiple a year. Right now they're in the Arts Festival. Coming up in the spring is Garden. Wine and Garden. Not wine. Flower and Garden. In the summer, Food and Wine Festival. Starting late November after or beginning of December, Holiday Festival. There's a very few times there isn't a festival. I would not recommend that people go to Epcot on a Saturday or Sunday during a festival because that's when the locals go to get their food, to get the experiences. Those pass holders that live locally, they go on weekends. I also would not recommend they go the first day of a festival or the first day of a party like Christmas or Halloween, because you know who else is there? All the influencers. And they don't care whose way they get in, some of them. Right? We look at those things. Discuss their preferences for any dining, character dining, what they want to do, what shows, what's experiences. We also want to do a dining planning consultation, whether they have the dining plan or not. What are their must-do dining preferences? What restaurants do they want? You don't have to do a dining plan to reserve restaurants. Okay? You want to go over character meals. What's offered where? What's a fine dining? Which ones have allergy-friendly options that fit their needs? Show them how to find that in the app. Every restaurant has their menus in the app. I recommend my clients look, or the My Disney Experience website, look at this. Look at what you might be interested in, as well as look what it has for allergy options. Quick service versus table service. What does that mean? We're going to identify their top priorities for anything that needs to be reserved, as well as backup choices. Because now 2 to 3 weeks before the 60-day mark, we have our second strategy planning. We're going to confirm their priority list for dining reservations. Now we know what they want, right? I make myself a list. Sometimes what I have to do is adjust their park days based on, oh, that reservation you wanted was not available on the park day we planned. I shifted your itinerary around. They're enchanting extras. These are things like the Bippity Boppity Boutique for the makeovers, the princess makeovers. Please note that that is only up to age 12. They can't get it above that age. Dessert parties. These are things that are like, you can get a dessert party or you can, and it gives you priority seating for a fireworks and things like that. I'm going to show you on there the different things. Savi's workshop to make, the like real life experience of they make you a Jedi and you make your lightsaber. Review the time preferences and what flexibility they have. At the 60-day mark, Again, this sets me apart. There are definitely Disney agents who don't do this. And then the people in the Disney groups go on and go, I thought travel agents did this. No, you got to talk to your clients about what you're doing for them and what you're not, right? I do this for them. I log into their My Disney Experience website. I do it online most of the time. It's way easier than on the app. I do there any extra experiences. Things like Bippity Boppity Boutique, all those extras, they open at 12 a.m. Eastern on their 60-day mark. I absolutely set an alarm and I do it for them. I do. Oh, excuse me. Advanced dining opens at 7 a.m. Eastern online. If you want to do it by phone, it's not till 9 a.m. You just lost 2 hours and you might not have gotten what they wanted. I do it on behalf of my client as well. And then they're getting the emails as I book it and they're like, you're the best. Thank you. I tried. I tried to be the best, right? They do have to have a credit card on file in their account in order to book these. Most do not have to be paid for at the time of booking, but they do have to have a credit card to reserve it because if they don't show, there's a fee. All right. Let's talk about those advanced dining and enchanting extras. As we said, 60 days in advance for resort guests staying on property for the length of stay up to 10 days. 60 days in advance of the day if they're staying off property. So if someone's staying off property, they're going to have to reserve the first day, 60 days out, the second day, the next day, the third day, the next day. We may have to do 7 days in a row of booking them. But resort guests can do it for the length of their stay of 60 days before check-in day. Okay. Here are some enchanting extras, and I'll show you where we can see these things. Let's just go here. My plans. Nope. Nope. Wrong one. Come on. When you go here, things to do. There is something all dining, so you can see the restaurants. Enchanting extras collections. Now, this is going to list every single thing that they can book. There's a lot. I've done some things for research, quote unquote, for research. Not because I wanted to. It was all for research, I swear. It's because I wanted to. Why are you going so slow, Disney? You can do it. Listen, all of my trips are research. I don't know why you're laughing, whoever did the laughy face. They're research. And that's why they're a tax write-off. Especially if I post about it. Now it's also marketing. Marketing and research. Why are you going so slow, Disney? Did I switch Wi-Fi again? Nope, I'm on my Wi-Fi. Man. All right. So let me go back to my presentations. Hopefully it'll load. Things like the Bippity Boppity Boutique, Savi's Workshop to make a lightsaber or make a droid. At Epcot, now they do have to be certified in a scuba to do the dive quest to go in the big aquarium. They have an Ace Avatar Maker. I did the behind the seeds tour. This is in the ride Living with the Land, and you go and you see all the greenhouses and they talk to you about how they do it. They have capture your moment photo shoots. People will do this for like big life events. They're not long. I think they're 20 to 30 minutes long. But they'll have you tell them where you want to do things. People will do them like graduations, announcing someone's pregnant, engagement, like stuff like that. Okay. There are private VIP tours. They are very expensive, but they are commissionable at 10%. They are anywhere from $400 to $900 per hour with a minimum of 4 hours and a maximum of 7 hours, up to 10 people. The guide takes them around. They get to skip all the lines. They come off the ride and the guide's got snacks and water or ice cream. Like it's very, very, very special and amazing. All right. And I also recommend the Sabi's workshop for the lightsaber. Like the first time, the only I mean I didn't do it, but you can bring one person in to watch, and my partner did it. Huge, huge lightsaber, huge, huge, huge Star Wars nerd. Huge Star Wars nerd. She's like, that was like for real. She's like, I'm a Jedi. And then we got back to the hotel and she stood on the bed to play with her lightsaber and hit the ceiling fan and didn't care. And it was so loud in the park, she didn't realize this, but when you swing it, it actually makes like the whooshy sound. And she's like, "Oh, it was so loud, I couldn't hear it." Like talk about someone turning into a 4-year-old. Like this is their dream. Like, like I like Star Wars, but I'm not like I like it and I know it and all of that, but Animal Kingdom tours. I did the Caring for Giants. Animal Kingdom is my favorite park. Caring for Giants, where you get to do the behind the scenes. Now, obviously, we couldn't like touch the elephants, but we went like to see like the behind the scenes. They have a rhino one. They also have one that is oh, what's it called? See if it loaded yet. I actually kind of want to do this. Oh, they loaded. So see, like there's tons. Where is it? Savor the Savannah. I want to do. This is a private safari with the group. And then they bring you like to, they call it a boma out on the safari and they feed you. And like you can see different views than people can normally see of the animals. I very much want to do that. Um, what's that other one called at Animal Kingdom? But it's like you can, it's like you actually like go through there's like suspended bridges and where is it? I feel like these are alphabetical typically. I think it begins with an S. I did the Starlight Safari, the nighttime safari at Animal Kingdom Lodge. It was amazing. I loved it. Um, Wild Africa Trek. This is like you get to see parts of the safari. You go into backstage areas you don't see. The one thing, the one thing holding me back is I'm terrified of heights and I'm afraid I'd get to the bridge and like freeze and not do it. That's the one thing holding me back. And I'll be like, I spent $250 and didn't do it. You know, like, but this is amazing. They also feed you and all those things. And all of these things that include food, Disney, for those who don't know, is absolutely amazing with food allergies. They will accommodate on these tours and things that include food. Now, they also at Magic Kingdom have the Keys to the Kingdom tour. This is a behind the scenes at Magic Kingdom. You have to be at least 16 years old to do it. They do not want to ruin the magic for any of the children. You do go into the backstage and the below first level where you could see, in case any children are around, um, not full costumes. I'll leave it at that. They do check IDs of people who look like they might not be 16. Okay. But that one also typically includes a meal as well. I think it's like a half day tour, and you have to have, if any of these are in a park, you have to also have a ticket to the park for the day that you're doing the tour. It's in addition to the ticket. This one I think is like a $200 tour as well. I kind of want to do it, and I kind of don't want to ruin the magic for myself. I'm torn. Okay, but there's tons of enchanting extras that we can talk to our clients about. Especially if you get somebody who's just like, hey, I want to support you. I go to Disney, I kind of know stuff. I've been there a lot. I want to support your business though. Maybe they haven't done these extra things that could change up their trip that they've never done before, right? All right, we're now talking. It's almost time for their trip. In the 8 to 10 days before their visit, we want to check if they want to do that lightning lane option to purchase. This is extra money. Depending on the time of year, sometimes it's essential. Never would I go the week I went without it, Christmas to New Year's. And even with that, you were not guaranteed anything more with this than your three pre-selects, especially during a very busy time of year. Now, if it's not a very busy time of year, you can absolutely use it for everything all day. Discuss it. What are their top priorities for each day? Review how it works. For multipass, it includes most experiences, not all. Advanced selection of 3 per day. There's a tier list. They can pick 1 tier 1 and 2 from tier 2. Now, once you get into the park and scan into your first ride, all tiers disappear. You can book any lightning lane available. They can have 3 at any time. At any given time, they can have 3 reserved. I have videos on this. I'm going to make a new video on this. If you need help explaining this to clients, I can help you. All right. Single pass is going to be for things that are an individual lightning lane, meaning you pay per ride. This is going to be rides like Tron, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, Guardians of the Galaxy. What else is still on it? Rise of the Resistance in Hollywood Studios. Flight of Passage, Avatar Flight of Passage in Animal Kingdom. They are not on multipass. They are pay per ride. Each park has 1, but Magic Kingdom has 2. They do not allow you to purchase more than 2 of those for any given day. So you can't like say, oh, I'm going to all 4 parks in a day and I'm going to do all 4 individuals. They won't let you. It's a maximum of 2 per day. You want to have backup choices for your clients, whether they're booking these themselves or you're booking them. Yes, I will, if they want me to, book these for them and try to make the best planning of times. All right, 7 days before check-in if they're staying on site, 3 days before the first park day if they're staying off-site. I do typically book the lightning lanes for them unless they tell me they want to do it themselves. Again, they have to have a credit card on file. I make sure I know the code, the 3-digit code that's on the back, because sometimes it asks for that. Sometimes it asks for a phone number. So on-site guests, their lightning lane and single pass can be purchased and selected, made 7 days in advance, starting at 7 a.m. Eastern of their check-in day, not necessarily their first park day. For off-site guests, their lightning lane and single pass tickets can be purchased and selections made in 3 days in advance of their first park day. Okay? I can support in booking their top priority rides for each day. I can adjust strategy accordingly based on what we get. So I do a good amount of work in that week before. Depending on the clients, I've given them a map that I've highlighted the route around the park to make sure that they make the most of it. Final prep call in that 3 to 6 days. Review the itinerary I've helped make for them. Like, hey, here's where your lightning lanes are. This is what I suggest you do. I have had people that were so stressed out that they weren't going to know what to do. I've said, all right, once you scan in for this, here's my recommendation. Look for this ride around this time. It depends on the client and how much support they need. They can do online resort check-in, talk about what they're doing to get there. Maybe we've booked flights. Maybe we arrange private transportation from the airport. Maybe they're planning to take an Uber, whatever it is. Magic Band setup, make sure they have, if they're using them, that they're linked. Talk to them about how they can mobile order food for quick service restaurants. Talk about how the app works for them or show them. Confirm their travel documents and how they get in the parks, right? Make sure they know. Hey, when you get to the park, you're going to have to use either your app or a Magic Band, or you can get a card for your ticket. You're also going to have to use a fingerprint. Hot tip, use a parent finger for the child tickets because they're never going to get their finger in the same place again. Never. They're trying to confirm that a different person isn't using the ticket. Now, as far as I know, they don't save fingerprints from trip to trip, but the first time you use it on the trip, that's the fingerprint they're using. You got to use the same finger. You got to, like, please tell your parents, use your finger for your child's scan in to the park, or you're going to be that family that everybody's stuck in line behind going, what has taken so long? Okay. And then when people are trying to get in early, they're going to be mad at you, right? Optional add-ons. We can add airport transfers or rental car bookings. I very rarely do rental cars unless they're adding more than just Disney. Special celebration planning. We can have these things put on their reservation. It will show up on the TV on an on-property resort. Like, happy anniversary, happy birthday, whoever, because they do put it on like, welcome Smith family. If there's more than one name, they'll put both last names, right? Like when I go, it's my last name and my partner's last name. Photo pass guidance. I do typically add Memory Maker to my packages. This is going to give them all of the professional pictures. It costs $200 before you go. Like it's 189, 190. It's less than 200 before. It's 200 if you do it once you're checked in. All the photos with the professional photos where they add the magic pictures and all that stuff too, right? How do you find photo locations on the app? What's it look like? I tell them about the secret photo pass location in Disney Springs where they can do a whole photo shoot. Oh, your daughter's getting a bippity boppity boutique makeover? You should plan to ride the monorail to the Grand Floridian, and up on that floor there's a spot where there's a photo pass and they have a pillow with Cinderella's glass slipper. All those photos, now first of all, they're all free to take. In order to keep them, they have to have photo pass. Please let them know that the app is smart. And even if you used to be able to do it before and you're like, oh, I'll just screenshot it with the watermark. When you screenshot now, it's a blank. You cannot screenshot them. They know that people were doing it and they fixed their app. Stroller, wheelchair, electronic scooter vehicles, rental referrals. Now, I highly recommend, and you can register as a travel agent, Scooter Bug. They do strollers and those electric scooters. They are the only one approved to be delivered to the Disney resorts without you present, without the client present. That company only, Scooter Bug, can be dropped at Bell Services without the client there. It can also be left at Bell Services for pickup at the end of their trip. It's the only company. And Disney is also really cracking down on third-party things coming into the resorts, so that's important to know. It's also really good pricing. Now, they absolutely can get these at the parks if they choose to. Here's the biggest reason I don't recommend that. Number one, you can't use it from the resort to the park. And sometimes that walk from the bus or whatever transportation got you there is far to where you can get them. Second, it's based on availability. You could get to the park and there'd be none available, especially during busier times. You also, if you're going to park hop or you're going to leave to go to a off-site or off-park dining and come back, you can't take it with you. It belongs to that park or to Disney Springs. It's also a lot more money than renting for like what it would add up to for a week with these off-site companies. Okay. We can also give them those daily itineraries to help them with planning and strategy and navigation around the parks. Again, it depends on how needy they are, how stressed they are. We're not getting to questions yet because I got more info. But here's what I'm going to tell you. Very important, especially to tell first-time Disney guests. Do not in any way think you can do everything in one trip. It is not possible. I've been to Disney a ton of times and I still haven't done everything. You have to know these are my must do's. These are my hope I cans. And this is my if it doesn't happen, I'm fine with it. And even if we've made a plan and an itinerary, you have to be flexible. You have to go with it so that you don't stress yourself out. No matter what happens on a Disney trip, you determine as the client how magical it is and what you make of it. Anytime to Disney is amazing. When I went to Disney this past December, there was a lot of stuff I wanted to do that we didn't get to do. It's crazy busy. It's wall to wall people. There was a moment we were in Magic Kingdom and we walked through Fantasyland. You could not move physically, and because it's the busiest week of the year, especially depending on when they're going, we have to tailor expectations. I would never want somebody's very first experience to only be Christmas week. Now, I'm going to tell you, it's very magical. It's beautiful. It's not as fun as other times of the year. But if that's the only time they can go, it's the only time they can go. Summer is brutally hot and humid. The crowds are smaller. You know, there's no longer a not busy time at Disney, though. It is busy. There's never going to be a not busy. There are less busy, but it's always busy. All right. So let's go through real quick because I know some people need to see this. Let's just look at. Hannah said, my first time was through Christmas and New Year's, and I will never do it again. We go for my birthday every year now, and early September is a good time. It is. She said, park hopping, especially if a toddler needs a stroller, it's crazy. Because then you got to wait for the stroller in the line and all that. And you can't use it on to get them to the buses. Um, Now this is the beyond the booking. I do have a training and it is recorded. I will share it that has um more of the like basics of what parks are what. I kind of talk more about the value resort, the moderate, all of that. I will find that on my YouTube to share as well. I'll put that in the comments in the TK Facebook group of like the basics of booking Disney. This one kind of goes beyond. Mary is asking, do we charge a service fee? I'm going to say this. It depends on what I'm booking for the client. If they just want tickets and you to plan everything, I absolutely charge a service fee. The majority of the commission comes from the resort stay. If they're booking a full package with me, I typically do not charge a service fee. I am not, it's your business. You can do whatever you want. I am typically not a service fee person unless I'm not getting commission or I'm not getting commission. For Disney, if it's a ticket only, like they've got a hotel already, they this, they that. I had a friend who was going to an event, so they already had the hotel because it was purchased by the company. If they're just ordering tickets from me and don't want any other services, I don't charge a fee. If they want to just purchase tickets or they didn't purchase anything with me and they want me to plan, I will charge a service fee. So my friend who had an off-site hotel for a conference that the company booked and paid and got a 3-day park ticket and they wanted dining and they wanted lightning lanes and they wanted strategy, I did charge a fee. If she had booked a whole vacation package and wanted the same thing, I would not charge a fee. If somebody just wants to book tickets through me but doesn't want any help, I would not charge a fee. With that being said, if the ticket is not at least a 3-day ticket There is no commission, so then I would charge a fee. If they're getting a 1 day or 2 day ticket, I would charge a fee. Has to be a 3 day ticket to get commission. And you're going, how do I know that? Well, I come in here, commissions under trainings and benefits. And we can, first I have to log back in, and we can see the commission policy. Walt Disney World Resort commission policy. Rooms not in packages. So if you're just getting them a room, not with tickets, 10% based on the room rate excluding tax. Here's why it's important to know this. You need it for your commission tracking form. Disney only lists the commission at the bottom under the price if it's a package with different elements that have different price, different commission percentages. So I hear a lot from people, oh, we don't get commission for hotel only. Oh, we don't get commission for tickets only. You do, they just don't tell you what it is at the bottom of the booking. Packages. Different parts of the package have different commission percentages. All right. The dining plans, it's a 5% commission. 10% on anything that is not air. Not that they book air anymore, they used to. Commissionable components in the package. So that includes the hotel, memory maker. Okay. That is part of the 10%. It gives details. Tickets, not in packages, right? It tells me a 3-day 3-park, 10%. A 3-day 3-park with water, 10%. 4-day park magic. Like these are the different ones. The Florida resident tickets, they're lower commission because they're lower amounts. They're summer promotional tickets for 2026 where the kids are 50% off. Any of that, 8%. These promotional tickets for the summer. This is part of the book 4 days and get 2 or more at additional price. This is new. They just added this. It's going to be 8% for a regular, no matter how many days. When we get to 7 days, it's going to be 10% if it's a park hopper or other option. And that's typically what they have. Right? It tells us. We do get after hours 8%. These events, Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween, 8%. Mickey's Very Merry Christmas, 8%. Disney's Jollywood Nights, 8%, right? Memory Maker, 10%. VIP tours, 10%. Only payable on 7 hours, up to the 7 hours. I'm telling you, if they do that, is what new. This is the promotion for the summer. The rest of these haven't changed. We've always gotten commission on the other things. Then there was where's the thing about tickets? Oh, up here there is a link for ticket orders. There's like a chart in here. It shows you the tickets. Okay. If you're looking what they are. Notice nothing below a 3-day has commission. No, party tickets have always had commission. Party tickets have commission. So you can see it in there though. All right. But let's look. Let's say we want to put a package together that's staying on site. I leave it at Walt Disney World Resort. I come in, I choose my dates. I'm going to do some that I know have the promotions so I can show you. Let's say they want to go a Monday to a Sunday. They got 2 kids under 9, just so I can show you. Actually, let's add another kid. Let's add a child who's 2. So we can see what that looks like. However, families of 5 can be difficult to book anywhere in the travel industry. Let's be honest. This is showing me, this is the per night for this hotel during these dates. It's expensive for some of those. I can edit my filters. I could do a price range. I can do the area. I can do the resort category I can do resort characteristics. If they say, I want to be on the monorail, I want to be on the Skyliner, I can choose that. Okay. This again, most sites are going to show you what they think is best. I typically go price low to high. When we talk campsite, the $123 per night, that's going to be a legit campsite, just the campsite. N- not renting a not renting a cabin, not renting an RV, none of it. They have a cabin or they want to go in a tent. That's why it's cheap. Then you're typically going to see the all-stars. Sometimes they're the same price, sometimes sports will be less than the others. Sometimes music is higher because it also has family suites. Pop Century is a value, but it's on the Skyliner and it's newer, so it's always going to be more than the other values. Okay. Now we go into Now we're into Art of Animation is also a value, but it's mostly family suites. Okay. Coronado Springs, moderate. Both Port Orleans are moderate. Disney's Caribbean Beach is moderate. We're moving into, look at that price. That's a good price per night for Animal Kingdom. I'm gonna be honest. That is a vacation club. Anything that says villas is always going to be a vacation club property. These are all deluxe now. Animal Kingdom, Saratoga Springs, Old Key West. There's multiple things for Animal Kingdom. That's a good price per night for Animal Kingdom. That is not a Savannah View room. The cabins at Fort Wilderness. This is going to be, vacation club. Now we're getting into the ones closer to Magic Kingdom and Epcot, Wilderness Lodge, and then our contemporary on the monorail. These are actually really good prices for this week. Boardwalk, and it's summer. Summer is less per night. Also, it's giving us the average per night, and I have the promotion that's giving extra nights for free, probably being applied. Disney, Polynesian Village, Grand Floridian. Wow, the Riviera is more than Grand Floridian. That's crazy. This is usually the most expensive. Villas, Bay Lake Tower, these are all vacation club. That's why they're more. All right. So let's just say, I don't know. Let's just choose one. Why aren't you me? So I can show you. Especially because we got some people who've never booked Disney before. I want to make sure you see what it looks like. All right. It will give you any alerts about what's going on from August 25th to the end of September. We're going before that. Doesn't matter. They're going to be doing renovations in the lobby. They're going before that. Doesn't matter. It gives us all of the current available options. These are the same things that a client would see on the consumer site, right? Now they're not pass holders or Florida residents, so those don't apply. We have 3 options. 30% off the hotel rooms, 2 nights free and park days with select packages. Probably going to be the best offer, but these are all limited capacity offers. Save on packages for the spring. We can see what's available. I would check this one first when it's more than 4 nights. Right? This is giving me the package total. I can still customize the package. Notice these other options, they're not available because they're capacity controlled for the promotion. If I change the type, 30%, still not available. Or packages of spring. Now it's showing me the per night price, not the package price, because this is just on the room. Non-discounted. See how the other locations, at least one other location is available? Standard location is sold out for the promotions. I still think this is probably the best. So I go in and I compare them to see what's going to be in the best interest of my client. It's not always this one. Now it shows me what I have in my cart. I have the room. I have the resort, right? They've given me 6 days of theme park tickets, valid any 6 days. If we want to edit, we come in and click edit. Now I could up it, but they're staying 7 nights. They probably don't need more. That promotion is for one park per day. If they want to do park hopper, it's about 400, a little less than $400 more, which is typical. It's usually about $100 per person more for park hopper. Park hopper plus is going to also give them every day of their stay they could go to a water park, but they usually don't need all of that, right? So I'm going to keep them with the 6 days. They don't need more. This is giving them 2 free days over 4. That is one ticket per person for each 6 days. Yes, of the park. This is for the whole party. And right now this is our total for the stay. It's a pretty good price. Not gonna lie. You know all those people that say you can't book a week at Disney for less than 10 grand? Of course we can. And this is not a value resort either. We could also add dining. Now, the free dining option for children can be combined, and it's for 2026. It can be combined with the stay longer 6 days or more free, right? So we're at $4,284.22 for $800 more, little about, they can get the quick service dining plan. And that means that the 2-year-old can eat off the parents' plates at the sit down. Well, this one doesn't have sit down. But here, we're at about $1,200 more. The children 3 to 9 get free dining. When kids get free dining, these are even more valuable. Okay? That is, so if we're talking 7 nights, $1,200 more. We're talking about $600 per adult. That's way less than $100 per day. And the kids are free. And the 2-year-old can eat off anyone's plate at the buffets at family dining. Or they can buy them a child's meal because they are under the age limit. That's a really good deal. Right? I would typically add the memory maker. They're not calling it that anymore. They're calling it PhotoPass. Add PhotoPass downloads. It's memory maker. Memory maker. We're still under $6,000 for a family of 5, 7 nights at Disney in a moderate resort. I don't know. It's still called memory. Look, now it says memory maker. It just says you can download all of it. I think because people weren't paying attention to what it actually was. I don't add rental cars usually. I don't add travel protection. I'm going to be 100% honest. Never once have I used Disney's travel protection. Never. And I book a lot of Disney. With that being said, up to 30 days before, you can get a full refund. You can reprice the trip. You can change the trip to a new date. You can change anything up to 30 days before when final payment is due. Now, either we could add travel protection at that time, or we could also get something like Tin Leg to cover everything, including flights, including anything they need. If they're driving, including protecting them during the drive, all that, right? So this is I'm going to tell you right now, this is an amazing price. I kind of want to advertise it. So because of that, I'm going to do this so I can show you how we book offsite. I'm going to leave it for Tasha's own benefit. All right. Walt Disney World, more great accommodations. What dates did I pick? June 22nd to 28th. All right, so that's 6 nights, but still, that's 22nd to 28th. All right, it's 6 nights, not 7, but that's okay. 1, 2, 3. We said they were 9, 3. Now remember, I can't get the dining plan here and a 2-year-old. Find. This is going to give us off property. Now, it's about the same price before the dining plan and memory maker. When people say to us, I can stay cheaper off, it's not always true. Now, if I were going to book, Drury Plaza has the best shuttles. Okay. All right. Let's look and see what it is. Let's compare. Let's see what it lets us add. All right. There's different options. Just going to go with that least expensive. Sometimes people too, they want off property because they want more space or they want a kitchenette or things like that. Okay. We have, this is including a 7-day ticket. So let's bring it down to the 6-day. So we're comparing apples to apples. 6-day, 1 park per day. No memory maker, no option for dining plan. So if we go like this, let's compare side by side. Come on, computer, you can do it. What just happened there? My computer has said, I'm done with you, Tasha. Oh, where'd my other one go? Hold on. It's because I made it full screen at first and it disappeared. Come back, Disney. That's why. All right, let's compare side to side. Here we have one on the right. All right. So we've got this is $1,200 more. It gives them the dining plan and the memory maker. If they were to purchase memory maker with this, it would cost them $200 when they get to the park. So now we're talking less than $1,000 more, and they have all of their food. And this is a moderate resort. We could put them in a value, and it'd be way less than this. The value was 3 something a night lead-in price, and the value was $191 per night lead-in price. So when people say, I only book off-site because I can save a lot of money, I'm going to tell you right now, you could make content about this. I would take out seeing my commission, but I would probably only come down here to where the subtotal is, right? But again, no matter what we're booking, we do what's in the best interest of our clients. All right, we got some questions. Let's look. So if the total is $6,500 and then you reprice it and it's $6,000 and they have paid in full or are making payments, how do they get, it'll get refunded to the original card they paid on to get refunded that extra $500? As long as it's 30 days or more before. Within 30 days, there's no refunds for anything. Okay? Scrolling up. If you have other questions, feel free to start typing them as well. I know someone asked one way at the top and I don't remember what it was. I am going to stop recording though, because we're already pretty